right, now we are moving on to relationships, the relationship quadrant. And so this quadrant is so very important. It's not just about romantic relationships, but it's about your family, platonic relationships, professional relationships. This space reflects the community that surrounds you. All right. It's not just about who's in your life, it's about how you show up in love with others and with yourself. So make sure this section is about your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God, your relationship with others. All right. Here are three questions I want you to consider as you begin plotting your pictures on your vision board for this section. Here we go. Who makes you feel loved, safe, and fully yourself? What kind of love are you learning to receive and to give? Are there connections that you need to nurture or boundaries that you need to bless? I think that's beautiful. Connections that you want to nurture and boundaries that you want to bless. In the last quadrant, we talked a lot about boundaries that we set up for safety and for our own protection, but there are some boundaries that we need to bless. I have a really good friend, and she recently went through a lot of things with family illness, death, and work, and just a lot of things. And so we usually talk pretty frequently, once a week or, a little bit more often, but she just hasn't had the bandwidth or the capacity to do so. And so something that I've done is just held space for her. Even though we don't get a chance to talk often, I love the fact that she's in my circle, in my community, a part of my war council, if you will. And so I extend her grace because I understand how life can life. And sometimes it is difficult just to, pick up the phone and talk. Sometimes a text is all you can do. Sometimes you don't feel like doing a voice note. And so that would be a way, or that is the way that recently I definitely, you know, was blessed a boundary. And the boundary was she just didn't have the capacity to give. And I think that's so beautiful when grown-ups can have those conversations because it can go the other way. You don't hear from someone and you just automatically assume that they have a problem with you, but all of us are going through things in our lives. And so it's very important that we are in tune with what's happening in all of the relationships around us. One of the goals that I'm setting for myself this year is just to show myself so much love. I want to love myself like I love others, right? I want to show up in a relationship with myself the same way I would show up in a romantic relationship, loving on that man, okay? Y'all know how y'all do. We will be out here going above and beyond in a relationship, and then we forget to do our simple self-care or our simple self-love activities or different things like that. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this quadrant for myself this year, leaning into it. I'm stretching myself. I'm being intentional about going above and beyond, making sure that I'm showing me love and I'm giving myself all the love that I deserve and that I know I'm worthy of. And I'm also working on my love with just the Lord and making sure at every turn, if a little, I see his hand in something, I want to make sure that, okay, all right, God, I see you. I see what you're doing there. Thank you. I want to always make sure that I give myself, I remember to tell him how much I love him. How often do you say I love you? What are the emotions behind it? Think about that. So, as you complete this section, I want you to dig deep and I want you to think about all the relationships that you have in your life and the ones that you wish to have. I'd love to have a larger community of women of faith who are in the coaching space, who are in the content creation space, who are in a space of just understanding how God wants us to use this new platform for his glory because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a lot of this didn't exist. And so understanding how God wants us to move and use the resources that he's allowed us to have. So those are my two things, just being transparent and vulnerable with you right now. But I pray that you're able to have fun, with this section. Okay, have fun with it. I've been gathering my pictures right along with you, and I will show you a glimpse of my completed board once we're all done. But yeah, I wish you luck, and like I said, just have fun, be intentional. And this is the last quadrant, so like I said, gather all your pictures because tomorrow we're going to be digging deep and we're going to take some time to actually put everything together and take a look to see what our boards look like. All right. Okay. Well, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.